This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Cork, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I am Hayley Nebrig.
Haley!
Haley,
you're here.
I am here.
I can't believe it.
Me neither. It's been a long time coming. We've talked about this for over a year.
I know. And we had dumb Tim Petrowski on, which is like, dumb. Because you're way better. You're way better than him.
That's super true.
It's so true.
Tim's not going to listen to this, but if he is, it's true.
Well, he might listen because he's obsessed with me.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding. He's not. He doesn't
Hair
care.
toss.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. But he will always do a podcast episode if I ask him to.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like a good, like, in the back pocket kind of guy.
Yeah.
But Haley's like, I need to, like, line it up, like the stars align where it's like the perfect thing.
Yeah, okay.
And we found the perfect thing today to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
We're both very excited about this movie. We hated it. Just kidding. But, whatever. Bias for bias. Haley,
Yes.
quick question. You are a little bit younger than me. I'm 25 and you're like 23. Do you have a lot of experience watching Lifetime movies?
I do have a little bit more in Hallmark. My mom is a huge Hallmark Christmas movie freak.
Okay.
Basically from November through January, the only channel that's on is the Hallmark channel.
Yeah.
If
fair.
you've seen one Christmas movie on there, you've seen them all. But she loves them. She'll watch them like 8 times in a row.
Very familiar with those.
Yes.
And then I have seen a few of the Lifetime movies. She's Too Young, which has one of the girls from Degrassi, if you watch Degrassi in it. Basically, it's a high school that has a giant syphilis outbreak. Like, the most dramatic of the STDs. Like, to the point where they have to get... there's
syphilis?
Yeah, they have nurses come in and, like, give the entire school, like...
antibiotics.
penicillin shot.
Yeah,
Because
penicillin in the booty.
a bunch of kids just have like unprotected sex and spread syphilis.
Syphilis?
It should have been called
Syphilis.
Syphilis High.
Syphilis high. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay, so you kind of know what you're signing
Oh,
up
yeah.
for. You know what you're in for here. Okay, good. Wonderful. And funny fact, this movie also stars a Haley that we're talking about today.
Oh.
Oh yeah, one of the best. One of the best, if not
One of the best
the
Haleys.
best. Yeah.
One of the best Haleys. Haylie Duff. Hilary Duff's older sister.
Duh.
Yes. So the movie today that we're talking about is called Home Invasion. It was from 2012. It is available on the Lifetime Movie Club app, but when it's not on the app, it goes to Amazon Prime. So you can catch it either way. I'm not saying get either or because they don't sponsor me. So don't do that. Stream it illegally like I did today. It stars Haylie Duff, who we've just mentioned, Lisa Sheridan, Jason Brooks, and Barbara Nevin, who's from Hallmark movies. Barbara Nevin's in all those Hallmark movies.
Oh, okay.
So she's doing a Lifetime, but this was before she got that Hallmark contract.
Yeah.
So, she was like scraping the bottom of the barrel at Lifetime,
And then
playing a therapist.
But then they got that sweet, sweet Hallmark money.
That's right. She's got that Hallmark money. So we're going to explain the movie to you, Drew. We're just going to jump in.
Yep.
So
I'm ready.
And it's a lot. I'm going to warn you at the top.
Yeah.
This is a lot of plot and twists and turns Lifetimey. Okay. So just put on your thinking caps
It's on.
and stay with me.
Okay.
Stay with me. The good news is we have a star big enough where I can just say their name, Haylie Duff, and not say the character's name. So that should keep it more clear.
Okay.
I do have all of their names written down just in case.
And I have them on IMDb also.
Okay,
I have them right here.
prepared.
So Rich isn't calling, but my friend Lauren's calling. I'm going to answer. Hi, Lauren.
Hi,
I'm recording my podcast. Can I call you later?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, love you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye.
Okay. I love Lauren. If anybody gets a chance to know Lauren, she's the best. Okay. So jumping in, we start off with a happy family, okay? They're playing frisbee on the beach. They're like, hanging out. Mm-hmm. It's just like the happiest time. And there's a daughter. She's clearly adopted because she's Asian. Okay. Not being racist. But she's afraid to go swimming. That's a key point for that scene.
Okay.
So that's very, very short. A lot of things happen very fast at the top of the movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Haylie Duff. Her name is Jade. Whatever. She is like rolling with some sketchy dudes, right?
Yeah, and just a thing I noticed that I wanted to point out, she wears the same ugly boots the entire movie. She changes outfits, one pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Always the same boots.
Yeah.
Those boots were made for walking on set.
On set.
That's right. So she's got the sketchy dudes. One dude is her boyfriend. His name's Will. But I thought his name was Kevin for a while, so I got very confused when they were like talking about Will. I'm like, who the fuck is Will? He's kind of cutish. And then there's Ray. He has like crazy neck tattoos, and he wears a bandana.
Oh, okay.
He should have been like not a white person, because this movie is all white people, except for
The Asian daughter.
except for Abby, the
So
daughter.
So 2012 Lifetime.
Yeah.
So nowadays
Yeah.
they would
They would never.
They would put
They would never.
some POC.
So Haylie Duff, she has brown hair in this movie. She's getting away from her sister. The whole thing. They're burglars and they burgle houses. That's like their thing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So on this particular day, they pick the house of the happy family that we saw at the beginning. And they are like climbing the fence. The boys are, and Haylie Duff is the getaway driver. Now, Haylie Duff is really bad at her job. She, first of all, doesn't drive away when it's time to drive away. And she also doesn't tell them when they're like robbing the house or whatever. The mom comes back from the happy family with the daughter. They like drive in through the gate, and Haylie Duff is just like taking out some gum, chewing on some gum, hanging out.
She loves gum.
She loves gum. That's very important.
Big Red or Hot Red.
Yeah,
I believe.
It's like knockoff Big Red,
Yeah.
Hot Red.
Yeah, so it's just
Hot Red.
she likes some spicy gum.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mom is arriving with the adopted daughter because the husband, I thought at this point he was the husband, he has to go to AA for his sponsor. So he's not with them.
Oh, interesting.
So the mom and daughter walk into the house, and the men come they have like ski masks on, and they're like, get inside. And they have a knife and a gun, and they like take the knife to the little girl, which is really disturbing to like see them like holding a knife to a child, And the little girl's like, I'm scared. It was scary.
Also, I find it interesting because in the beginning, so the two guys are roommates and then the girlfriend also lives with them. But the boyfriend is younger and seems less dominant than the neck tattoo guy. But the dominant one takes the little kid
Yeah.
Okay.
to just keep her in the other room while the other one takes like the mom to go get all of her stuff. And I was like,
that's what I would do.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I know it's like for the plot, but
Yes.
it just was interesting to me.
Like you want the craziest looking dude to take the kid, so then you definitely will get what you.
I
came
guess that's
for.
true. You're right. Okay. Well, and that's what happens. Okay. So the mom goes to the safe and she's like unloading stuff, and she opens the safe up, and we see from like the inside of the safe, Drew, like that camera trick.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like taking out necklace. She's taking out earring. I'm only going to say singular things since I said I said necklace instead
Earring.
of.
Just one earring.
Yeah.
Well, it was one necklace.
She takes out dollar. But we the viewers see that there's a motherfucking gun in there.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
there is. Yep.
Okay.
I was like, well, she take out gun.
Yes. And she does take out gun. And the boyfriend, Will, he's like, don't, or he like kind of like gets rapey with her. I mean, he does get rapey with her. He's like, we're going to have fun later. And he's like licking her body and like touching her breasts.
It's gross.
And
Ugh.
so it's motivating her to be like, okay, I'm going to kill this
I'm gonna
dude.
shoot this
But
guy.
the neck tattoo guy's like, Hey, Will, let's get Quiznos after this. And Will's like,
Right, did you say Quiznos? Like Quiznos still open?
yeah.
Yeah, it's 2012. Quiznos is still open.
It was in
I
2012.
wish that was a Quiznos sponsorship in the movie.
It should have been.
That would have been an amazing move by Lifetime.
Oh, yeah, I love Quiznos.
They got flatbread.
Yes.
Do you hear they have flatbread sandwiches now? Yeah, I heard that. I saw that on the commercial.
Oh, so as they're talking about Quiznos, the mom, she has brown hair also, by the way, but very dark brown hair.
Okay.
Haylie Duff's hair is more like reddy brown.
It's like Reddy Brown.
So she just like shoots him. She's like bang, 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 and he dead. He dead.
Nice.
He dead.
How did she hold the gun cool? Was she cool with? Because sometimes like gun holding, it's just like
we didn't really see it.
I think it was
don't hold a gun like that.
just standard
Standard
procedure.
It wasn't like FBI.
Like she
stuff.
like kind of like she had taken basic training on how to use a gun.
Good.
So
Right.
there was no like she didn't hit herself with the kickback
Yeah,
or
she's like,
anything.
Right.
But she didn't do a trick either. She didn't like bend the bullet. But
she didn't
No.
bend the bullet.
That would've
That's
been-
disappointing.
a plot twist.
Right. Yeah, that's a whole nother movie. But the neck tattoo guy runs away to go to the car, and the daughter calls 911 because she's a well-trained daughter. You
She's
know.
not like a baby or anything. She's
No.
like
She's like 8.
10.
This
8,
this
10.
family seems ready
Right.
for this kind
They-
of thing.
they knew.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Haylie Duff is like, the guy gets into the car, and he's like, we gotta go. And she's like, I heard a gunshot. What was that? And he's like, a gunshot.
It was.
Where's Will? And he's like, he's dead.
He dead.
She's like, wait, so where did he go? Are we getting Quiznos?
to heaven. To heaven. He went to heaven.
And she's like asking him like a million questions. She's like, can you drive the car? And she's like, oh, yes, okay.
You hear sirens. Like they're almost there. And she's just like, what? And he's like, drive or I will like beat your ass,
Yes.
basically. But then also like her processing the fact that he was just like, Will's dead, is she's just like kind of like shaking her head with like slight tears.
She has like Visine tears, you
Yeah.
know, not real tears.
Yeah.
It's Haylie Duff. I mean, she's
Yeah.
Hillary Duff's sister. Let's be real.
It's Haylie Duff of Napoleon Dynamite. I
Right.
mean, we can't.
Exactly.
She was in Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah. That was like her first. That was like her first thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't remember that.
Oh,
Yeah. She was like the girl.
she was the girl.
She was the girl.
I would say of Napoleon Dynamite, Haylie
Haylie
Duff.
Duff. Yes. So to get us on names now, the mom's name is Nicole.
Yes.
The daughter's name is Abby, and the boyfriend / husband's name is Eric. Okay. And Nicole's
The
very
alcoholic one.
yes.
Yeah.
Nicole's very worried that the burglar will come back, but the police are like, that never happens. Don't worry about it. And, you know, like, I'm like, they're like being jerks. They were like, ha, ha, ha. They're trying to get far away from here. Why would they ever come back? That's the stupidest thing to say, you woman.
Oh,
Yeah, no, the detective is the worst. Very like 50s, like man, white.
Is this Detective Klein?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
And-
terrible.
Yeah, he's very much like like anything she
the
says.
character,
she's like,
not the actor.
He
She's
looks like
like-
a poor man's Ray Liotta.
Yes.
thinking of. Okay, so the boyfriend Eric. To me, have you seen One Tree Hill?
Yes.
So Nathan's dad, the
Okay.
terrible guy. So you know, shoots the uncle. The boyfriend looks like him.
Is it him? It could
No,
be him.
but it looks like him mixed with Nathan Fillion.
Okay.
Okay.
Just stuck with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a thick dude, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thick,
Yeah.
black hair,
Mm-hmm.
slicked back, not like in a gross way, just like that's the way it grows.
Yeah.
You know?
Just wears a button down and jeans consistently.
All the time. So then we get a thing of Haylie Duff like driving the car, and they're driving to Reno. And Ray is like, we gotta go, we gotta get out of here. And she's like, but I really want to go back. And he's like, we're never going back ever. She's like,
yeah.
She's like, okay, well, I gotta pee. So can we just like take a stop really quick? And she's driving, so she just pulls over and gets out, and she goes into the woods to go pee. And he's like, I didn't know girls peed, which was like a stupid ass line.
That was like a real thing that
That's
happened.
a real line. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's a real
that's
line.
real. That's a real line. And I was like, what is this writing? You know?
You imagine the actor be like, Is this a line? Do I have to say this?
Like, I guess you're paying me per line.
And it's not a joke,
right.
line?
No, it was real.
Yeah.
So she goes into the woods, and she's there for a while, and he's like getting suspicious. So he goes to investigate, and she just knocks the shit out of him with like a rock or something.
Ooh.
And they do a
bashes
good
his
job
head
at like showing him not die, because like they show him and his hand twitches.
But she doesn't see it, so she is fully under the impression that he is dead and gone.
Oh no! If you're gonna kill a dude with a rock, you
Yeah, she should have hit him a couple more
of
times.
Just boop, boop until
No, but she gets the car and she just goes right back to L.A.
Oh,
You know,
not a good idea.
so Nicole's very suspicious, and she's looking over her shoulder in like every scene. She's like in any scene is like she's just like looking around.
She should.
And she's like traumatized because she killed a man in her home, and his blood is still on the carpet. So she like takes the carpet, she rolls it up, she goes to take it outside, and she goes to work.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about the Nicole.
Nicole's the mom,
Okay, yeah.
and she
Gotcha.
is being followed this whole time by Haylie Duff. Like Haylie Duff is just trailing her everywhere.
Yeah, like
everywhere,
you'll like
everywhere.
yeah, like she goes to work, so she's opening a restaurant,
Yes,
as one does in LA. And so how like when there's like a freezer or like refrigerator like dock situation, they have those clear like
The little
flappies.
Flappy bin. Yeah.
And so she's in there talking to her head chef, and you just see Haylie Duff like looking through the plastic slats, and then she'll like walk to the other side, look from the other side, and just like keep looking from different parts of the slats.
Okay.
Just no one notices.
Right.
It's fantastic.
They're like, are you delivering something or what's happening?
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
just-
Don't worry about me.
I'm just looking at your
So, what I loved about this, Drew, was that the head chef is like a super gay head chef guy.
Yeah.
I guess
so,
that was Maurice.
Probably. So I brought a monologue for me to do. I'm going to perform the monologue,
Okay.
and then I'm going to play Maurice's performance of the monologue.
Okay.
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 So here I go.
Okay.
Don't worry, we've got it all covered. Can I give you some advice? Maybe you should see a therapist. I would if I were you. Now, I know you're stubborn and that this is going to be a thing, so I got you this. It's a support group, and they meet every Monday at the Van Nuys Community Center. My sister went there after she got robbed. It really helped. Okay, that's mine.
That was
It was
beautiful.
spot on.
I'm crying.
Cold reading.
It was.
I'm crying right now.
I feel like I'm watching the movie again.
All right, let me make sure this is up. It might be a little low. All right, ready? Here we go.
Can I give you some advice? No. Maybe you should see a therapist. I would. If I were you.
I said I'm fine.
I knew you'd be stubborn about this, so I brought you this.
Oh, there's Haylie Duff in the slats.
They meet every Monday over at the Van Nuys Community Center. My sister went there after she got robbed. It helped.
Did you hear back from that pastry guy?
I also love that it's on like a ticket for a restaurant that you write orders on.
Yes.
He just wrote a phone phone number on it.
He didn't make the order? They're not going to make that order.
No, they're
Well,
not.
she's like, he's like, I
that person's
brought
not
this
gonna get
for
their
you.
Food.
Yes.
They're not open yet.
It sucks when you're watching a movie and you're just like, you notice a thing like that, and that's what you're worried about is like that ticket
Right.
didn't get made.
So, but the restaurant's not really opening yet. It's like going to open very soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
So why is there a ticket for food?
exactly. But Nicole has put her whole life savings. She's remortgaged her house. Everything's in this restaurant. Okay, it's very important.
A
to her.
very nice house for a single woman opening a restaurant with a foster child.
Yeah.
I would
In
like
LA.
to point out.
You know,
With
well,
a
she's getting that
pool.
foster kid money.
Oh, you're getting that foster kid money. That's some big money. No, it's not.
No, it isn't. So Haylie continues to trail Nicole around. She's chewing her knockoff Big Red gum, and she's like, there's a little dream sequence or a fantasy sequence of her like just going up to
no.
the house and like hitting Nicole in the face with a crowbar. Or no, they're in like a parking lot.
Oh yeah, she's like putting groceries in her trunk or something, and she's like has a crowbar in her hand, and then she like goes there and just like knocks her over the head, and is just like, I could kill you right now, but I'm gonna like watch you suffer slowly.
Yeah.
And this was a dream sequence?
Well, it's like her in the car watching Nicole and like her hands on the door and it's like thinking of what she could do, but then she decides not to do it.
Okay.
So it was like a cool choice for Lifetime to like go there because they played it out like it really happened, and then you see like her deciding
happen.
not to really do it.
No, I'm not going to hit someone with a crowbar right now.
Yes, and then we also check back in with Ray, our neck tattoo friend, who is just walking around the woods in the middle of nowhere. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because he got stranded
because he wasn't killed.
Right.
With the rock. Okay.
So Nicole sleeps with a knife by her bed now. She's like really got some PTSD going on. And she almost stabs her daughter to death because she thinks she's an intruder. And the daughter, Abby, is like, I was just getting some water. You know?
She doesn't have a thick, like, New York accent, by the way.
I was just getting some water.
I was just getting some water.
She's from Boston. Just getting some water, Ma.
I'm really thirsty. I just get some water. You know, that's what happened. I don't know why. I don't know why I said it like that.
What a weird plot. What a weird plot twist.
Y'all know I hate child actors, but this child actor was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I didn't have any qualms.
I mean, they did.
Yeah, she was fine.
She did a really good Boston accent.
But Nicole's like, I'm tripping. I shouldn't have a knife around the house and try to stab my daughter. I should probably go to support group.
I'm tripping, dude.
So she goes to support group, and who's there sitting right next to her? Haylie Duff. And Haylie Duff has a story. Like, Nicole's telling her story, and then Haylie Duff's like, I'm gonna let you finish, but my husband died and was murdered.
Oh.
And everyone's like, "Ooh, wow, her story's better than yours."
Her story's way cooler.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think her should be like, I given him the stuff in the safe, and then I had a gun in there, and I popped him.
Yes. So over coffee, like at the coffee part of the place, the meeting, Haylie Duff pretends to be a woman called Megan, and she almost blows her story immediately by saying her boyfriend instead of her husband. And Nicole's like, I thought you said he was your husband. And she's like, oh, well, we were engaged.
So it might as well be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they become fast friends. Okay. Ray is very determined to get his life together in the woods, and he breaks into a cabin and eats dog food. And I only wrote it down. I was going to skip writing it down completely, but he ate dog food. And then I was like
with his fingers, like just cans and cans.
Like multiple cans, like at least 5.
Yeah. Minimum.
Of dog food.
Did it show him eat all 5 cans? Or did it just
no, it's
like
the last
you
one.
saw that he had already eaten?
Yes.
He was doing like the 2-finger scoop out, like
of dog food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could survive on dog food.
Like, okay, Lifetime. That was weird. I didn't like.
Let's not.
We don't need
5 cans.
Right. That seems excessive.
Oh.
So Barbara Nevin makes her first appearance. She's a child therapist, and she's like handling the adoption case. So she's like, talking to child services and making sure nothing goes wrong. And she's like, this whole burglary and shooting a person in your house thing, like, it doesn't look good. Like, you have a gun in your house. Like, it's probably not the best. But, like, I'll put in a good word. Don't worry. And we learn that Eric is not, in fact, Nicole's husband. He's her ex-boyfriend. They broke up because he couldn't stop drinking. So she was like, I want you to get sober and blah, blah, blah.
I hear that.
And he's like, he's like trying to, but she's like, the silver lining is she would have never got Abby, the daughter, for like foster care if she had an alcoholic boyfriend.
Oh,
Yeah, like they broke up, and then she like still wanted a family and then she applied. So she's like, it's still like a blessing. And then I think he's like 1.5 or 2 years sober at this point.
Okay.
Has a good relationship with the daughter. Seems to be on a good track.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
And Haylie Duff is learning about Nicole's life too. Okay.
Into it.
So she gets some videos from. Where did she get the videos?
So remember the safe?
Yes.
So there was a bag.
I do remember
the safe.
Yeah.
So
from earlier.
all of that stuff went into a bag, and I guess before Ray neck tattoo booked it out, he grabbed the bag because Will had, or Kevin, if you're Patrick, had stumbled out into the living room before he like officially died with the bag. So he grabbed the bag, which had like money, personal photos, and a video camera that had the video from the original day where they're at the beach where the little girl's like, I'm afraid of the water. My foster sibling tried to drown me.
I see where this is going.
Yeah. Also, she was almost drowned in a foster home. That they really slipped in
Hayley
casually.
was?
Abby.
The
daughter.
child.
Okay,
The child. They really slipped it
You
in.
didn't do
and
the accent,
never,
so he didn't know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
I went for a little
what you
kid.
were doing.
I can't do it, so even if I tried to do
Wait.
the accent, you wouldn't get it.
I was almost drowned in the water.
In the water. They drowned me in the water.
So
I was almost drowned in the fucking water.
So she has like a lot of personal information on them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, also forgot to mention, what is this woman's name? Nicole invites Haylie Duff to the restaurant for the grand opening at the thing.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know that
Yeah.
she's the villain.
No. So we're at the restaurant grand opening, and Haylie Duff shows up. She's looking amazing. She's got a hot dress on, but she is set for sabotage. Okay, so she immediately goes over to the salad bar station.
A ratchet style. Like it's not like a real salad. It's just like like 4 bowls of lettuce, a couple bowls of
And that's
toppings,
it?
and a little gravy boat of dressing.
Yes.
Like it's an unofficial salad bar. Like there's no like nothing really in line with
It was
that.
gross. So, yeah, the salad bar is atrocious, but Haylie Duff is on a mission. She takes a vial of something and pours it into the salad jar and daintily stir. It's the daintiest straw or spoon stir I've ever seen in my life.
Into the dressing?
It's a gravy boat of dressing.
She's poisoning everyone who uses
Yep.
the gravy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so there's like a little like kind of like a screen, like a decorative screen wall in between like the main dining room and where this little salad bar is, so no one like sees her like put a vial of an undisclosed liquid inside.
Yeah.
A brown liquid in a brown, disgusting looking salad dressing.
Pine nut dressing, which is
Gravy salad.
Yeah, it
It
was.
looks like
it was
gravy.
gravy salad. Yeah, it was.
You guys never had gravy salad? It's great. It's great.
But Nicole comes out and she's like, "Oh my God, Haylie Duff, you're here! Come sit at my table with my family." So she sits down, and it comes up that Haylie Duff is a private swim instructor, and Abby has been having problems swimming. So it's natural, of course, for Haylie Duff to come and teach swimming to.
And she's
Abby.
like lying, right? I mean,
Right.
Okay.
I mean, she could have. That's not established
Probably
beforehand, but based on like the swimsuit she
Before
wears
she
in
got
the
in-
scene and things like that, I would doubt it.
before she
Yeah,
got into
it's
crime,
questionable.
Before she got into crime, she was a swimmer. She was a professional
And-
Olympic swimmer.
Yes, maybe. But Drew, if you're wondering how she got out of eating the salad, because she's eating the meal with the family, she says she's allergic to nuts. So
It's a pine nut
She doesn't
dressing.
eat the pine nut dressing. Okay.
Or you just be like, no, I don't.
She's like,
I'm not gonna eat
because the
salad,
woman
I
like
want salad.
pours it all over her salad.
yeah,
And she's
Nicole-
like, you have to try it. It's a family recipe. And then she's like, I'm allergic to pine nuts.
Right.
Like she's like a panic answer. Like, even though it's like an obvious.
So
Pine nut dressing.
that night, Nicole goes to the hospital because she gets really sick. And apparently everybody from the restaurant has been coming in because the doctor's like, did you go to, I forget what the restaurant's called.
Moonlight Cafe?
Oh, yeah. Did you
Something
go
like
to
that.
Moonlight Cafe? And she's like, oh, I own that cafe. She's like, well, everyone's been getting sick there. Don't ever go there.
Oh, she's
So
sabotaging
the
her business.
reputation has been ruined. The
Dang.
restaurant is shut down. The gay cook is like, I'm leaving. He quits.
Really dramatically.
He does.
Can you do you have a reading of that?
Oh, he's just like, girl, I quit.
Yeah.
I'm crying again.
Right?
I mean, that's a pretty
your-
good.
He actually is like, I don't want to be called a poison chef. I quit.
He's like, I've been through this enough. Like, I can't have like more of my reputation ruined, as if
Right.
something's happened in the past.
I'm a gay chef, okay?
Exactly.
You know?
You're a
Yeah.
gay. I get it. You did it perfectly. I'm crying.
Yeah, and then he
I'm
just
crying from your reading.
Yes.
walks out immediately after the health inspector is like, you're going to be shut down probably like a month.
So Haylie Duff comes over for her swim lesson immediately. She is wearing the sluttiest bathing suit I've ever seen a swim instructor wear. It has like side cutouts,
Oh yeah.
like boobies out. she's got makeup on, earrings on.
I actually wrote that down in my notes.
great.
Was waterproof eye makeup, like a full eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara look. Like must have been using like that Urban Decay all nighter setting spray because
Everything.
I mean, if
did
you're
not
gonna-
budge.
I mean, if you're gonna do crime, you gotta look good.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. So Abby's in the water and she's like splashing around, and then Haylie Duff's like, put your head in the water, and then she like puts her hands on her head like she's gonna drown her, and she's like, should I do it? Should I do it? And she doesn't, and then she's like,
It's like, don't kill a child.
I
dude.
know, but she like really wants to. You can tell, like she
Yeah.
really wants to.
So weird.
But instead, she says, "You're doing so good at swimming. I think you should keep practicing, but I can't be here every day, so you have to practice by yourself. But don't let anyone see you get in the pool. Practice literally by yourself. Don't tell your mom you're getting in the pool, and just see how it goes. It'll be fine."
He's like, you want to surprise your mom with your swimming, so make sure she does not know you are getting in the pool.
What?
Keep it a secret.
Why?
Like she's
So
very explicit.
So she's trying to like maybe she'll die in a pool if she just like goes into a pool.
Exactly.
I mean, yes.
She's like, her motive is she like wants to like tear down every single aspect of this woman's life instead of just like killing her. She's like, I want to
Right.
make her suffer.
What a coward.
Haylie Duff had her boyfriend killed, so she is gonna get revenge.
Yeah.
Also,
I
whenever
get it.
she like does these nefarious things, she does this like walk and like smolder thing, which is supposed to be like a vengeance eye thing with like a swaying walk, but it just kind of looks like fuck me eyes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but with a hint of sadness.
I mean, that's what I look like when
Well, okay, good.
when I go for vengeance. I'm like,
Yes.
And it's every scene where she's just like hip sway, hip sway, hip sway.
is there like
Eyes.
a like Southern Gothic music playing like dum, jam, boom, boom.
I mean, there's music. Not probably not that music,
I
but
wish it
yeah,
was that.
something. While Haylie Duff is at the place, she like makes imprints of the keys so she can get to the house.
Sure.
And then she asks a bunch of questions about the burglary that happened. She's like, "So Nicole, like, is this where Will died? Is this where he might have died? Like, tell me every detail about what you did to
Super weird.
to Will." And Nicole's like, "I guess I can relive this," but she kind of leaves stuff out, especially the rapey part. But Haylie Duff is holding a letter opener the whole time, like she's gonna stab her, but she doesn't, because you can't stab anyone with a letter opener. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. It would just be.
It-
It would be a mess. It would be a
Terrible.
absolute mess.
But then she like kind of like goes off on her. She's like, well, what do you think? Like, why wouldn't you have just like given him what he wanted? You should have just given him the money. Did you ever think about doing that? And then like none of this would have happened. Like you wouldn't have killed someone. Like you could have just given him what he wanted. And she's like, he had a knife to my kid's throat. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't regret it.
Are there hints that she's like starting to like be like, yeah. I mean, I get it.
It's coming next.
Okay.
Yeah. So not yet.
Abby goes swimming by herself, as prescribed by Haylie Duff. Doesn't go well.
An Olympic swimmer turned criminal.
She starts to struggle, and Eric and Nicole are like fighting inside about their past relationships and all this stuff. And like, then they hear Abby screaming for help. She's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Eric jumps in and saves her, and then Nicole's like, "What the hell were you doing in the pool by yourself? You know you're not supposed to be in there." And Abby's like, "Well, she told me to be in the water by myself."
Come on, Ma. She
Ma.
told me to be in the water by myself.
Yes. But Nicole's like, "Okay, that's a damn lie." She goes to Haylie Duff and she's like, "Did you say this?" And Haylie Duff's like, "Oh my God, I didn't say that."
No.
And she's like, "Well, you're fired anyways because that's
fuck,
terrible."
I don't know.
And summer's over, so we don't need swimming lessons.
Also, fuck off.
So-
Also, I don't want to pay you anymore for swimming lessons.
Exactly.
She's like, maybe next summer. Like she's
Obviously,
not having
you
it.
didn't do anything as my daughter drowned or
Right.
almost drowned,
Yeah.
and you can't teach how to swim. So.
Yes, you failed at your job. But Haylie Duff hears fired and just goes to fire, and she burnt the restaurant down just to make sure that the restaurant never comes back because she's very mad.
Yeah, and then you see in a scene, so before she actually lights it on fire, she sneaks to like the back of the house and puts these like two mysterious jugs of like a gross looking liquid like behind the house. And then you see it's like the liquid she uses to like light the restaurant on fire after the failed attempt at murdering the child.
Like indirectly murder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she burns the place down, and then they go to the cops. And the cop, again, is like such a dick. And he blames Nicole. He's like, well, you would have the most to gain from burning your house down for the insurance money because your restaurant's never going to be successful since you poisoned a bunch of people with your stupid salad dressing. And she's like, really, dude? Like,
Great detective.
Really? And he's like, yeah. Because the whole time she's like, it must be the guy, the burglar that got away. It must be the burglar that got away. And he's like, he would never come back. That's not what happens. You know? He's like, I'm not going to look into it any further.
He's like, I've seen this before.
Yes.
He's like, and he's like, basically, he's like, I know it's for sure you. Like, you can't tell me anything, and I'm going to arrest you.
I know this. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he's a Chicago cop.
Speaking of the burglar that got away, Ray, he's been
Ray up
held
to?
up in the cabin eating dog food. The owner
Just
comes,
having a great time.
Yeah, the owner stops by to like drop off more dog food, and she's like looking around the house. She feels like something's off, so she grabs a log. She's like walking around with a big ass log, like ready to clobber somebody with the log.
Yeah.
But
Good move.
Ray comes up from behind her and then ties her up, and she's like hogtied, and he like goes and steals the car, and now he's back to L.A.
And they never mention it again.
No.
There's no resolution on that woman.
That
as
woman
far
is
as we
still
know,
there.
She just was left for dead because it's pretty remote, abandoned. It looked like she uses it as a storage unit.
It cuts back to her and she's eating dog food.
Right? Yes. That's the 2019 follow up.
When they do the remake.
Yes, when they do the
reboot. It just comes back and she's like,
Yes.
I love dog food.
So Haylie Duff is like hell bent on destroying Nicole's life. She calls child services about the drowning incident. And she's like, hey, child services, I heard there was an almost drowned child. Should you really have them adopt her? So Barbara Nevin comes in, and she's like, not impressed. And she's like, okay, the kid almost drowned. And like,
your house fucking burned down.
Yeah, your restaurant burned down. You had a murder. Like, things aren't looking good. But I'm going to set up an interview with the board or whoever the fuck. And they're going to come to your house tomorrow. So just make sure nothing bad happens between then and now. And it'll be fine.
And then it'll be good.
And it doesn't go well because the cop shows up
Right before
Right before what?
Before the child services people are about to 5 minutes before their scheduled interview, the cop buzzes in. He's like, I got people here that need to look at some stuff.
Yeah, I got people here to look at some things.
Yes.
I'm
So-
from Chicago.
They go around the perimeter. They find the mysterious liquid that was used in the fire. And they're like, okay, we know you did it. And Barbara Nevin's like, what the hell?
She walks in right as they're accusing her. They're like, we found the liquid. We found the same kind of rock that went through the window. And the woman's like, excuse ma.
Well, that's like... I love that that's the kind of thing where especially if they're investigating, like an investigation,
They wouldn't,
that happens. No, you'd be like, we
take
need you
the
to come to the
evidence.
station and we need to question you about this stuff.
No, they literally look at they're like, it's going to take about a week for them to verify what kind of liquid's in this container, but we're pretty sure it's the same
You're going
thing.
to jail. You're a criminal. So Barbara takes Abby, and Abby's like, Mama, I lost it.
Ma!
Ma, where are they taking me, Ma?
Where they taking me?
Are we gonna get a sandwich?
Where am I fucking going, Ma?
Yeah,
It's got a little potty mouth on her.
yeah, that Abby. So they take Abby away.
I can't believe they didn't bleep those out in the movie.
And Nicole is like very upset, of course. So Haylie Duff shows back up at her door with a gift basket because she's very sorry about the swimming thing, and but at this point she overhears a conversation with Eric because Nicole's on the phone with Eric, and this is weird, right? They say an address.
Okay, so this is what happened. So after they left the police or detective's office after the restaurant initially burned down, and she was like, hey, I think it's the second person. The guy's like, I don't think so. Eric is like, I think we should look into this ourselves. They're not helpful. And originally they had the detective had mentioned the town that the dead guy was from. So they remembered that, but he wouldn't give them an address. So he remembered the town. So he looked into him, found his home address. And so when he calls, he's like, this is that dude's address. And then she says it out loud. And then Haylie Duff is like, ugh, or Haylie Duff, sorry.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, that's my address.
Wait, Hillary Duff came into this?
Oh, yeah, she did.
I wish. But Haylie Duff, like, obviously recognizes, so she's like, oh, fuck, like, they're on to me. Obviously, she doesn't say that. She's like, what's happening? And she's like, oh, nothing. Like, I'm just going about my day.
So she was like, they're on to me. I mean, nothing.
Right.
Yeah, so then she's like, okay, so, but, like, on the phone, she's also like, well, can we go today? And the boyfriend's like, well, I'm on my way home. And she's like, so if you're on your way home, you'll get home by this time, and then we can go at this time. So then Haylie Duff is like, okay, I need to go immediately to the boyfriend's house to kill him.
Great. Because that's where I was like, I missed all of that.
Yeah, so that's what happened there.
Okay.
So she gets to his house, and she's being followed by Ray, of course, because Ray is now in LA.
Because Ray, like, you hit me with a rock. And I had to eat dog food.
Yes, and she has like a syringe that she's gonna like stick Eric with.
Potassium chloride. It's not traceable. She like there's a scene of her on Wikipedia looking up
Googling
potassium chloride. How she got
Chloride?
it? How she got it? I don't know. So basically, it stops your heart and it like disappears from your bloodstream, so they can't like find out why.
I thought that was the truth serum
I don't know.
chemical. Potassium chloride?
Talk to Lifetime.
Yeah, I mean that's literally what they said.
I'm pretty
So,
sure that's the truth serum.
She's
one.
like walking in the
Either way.
house, and Ray just is like, "Hey, who are you gonna syringe? What are you gonna do with that?"
Ah.
And she's like, "It's got potassium chloride in it. You want some, bitch?" And
Like, literally.
that really is true.
She's like, "You want some?" And he's like, "Not
He's
right
like,
now."
No,
Is she not surprised that he's not dead?
not at all.
I think he
I
like
mean-
hit her first, and then so
Yeah,
she was
he
like
punched-
on the ground.
He punched
and,
her in the face
Oh,
first.
okay. So
yeah,
this
because
is
he
like,
was pissed that
God,
she
okay.
hit him on the head with a rock, and he had to
That makes sense.
like
Yes.
walk through the woods, however many like hundreds of miles back to wherever.
But
he was.
Eric comes and interrupts their argument, and he is like getting into a fight with Ray. They like have a frying pan, I think, and they knock like each
Yeah,
other
so,
out.
like,
It's so weird.
Yeah, so like it's like a punch fight. So Haylie Duff hides before Eric sees her. So like he just gets in a fight with the other dude because he's like, "You're in my house."
Yeah,
and
you're the
dude's like,
burglar.
"Well,
Yeah,
shit, I
fuck
just
off."
came to beat this bitch up, and now I have this dude here." So it's like a punch, and then
they punch each
and
other
then
in the
neck
face at the same
tattoo,
time.
neck tattoo grabs a frying pan. And it's just like bam, bam,
Knocks him
bam,
out.
like
Knocks
hits him,
Eric out?
Yeah.
knocks
Okay.
Eric out.
And then Haylie Duff grabs a knife, and she's like, "All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna kill you now." And she just stabs him a bunch.
Ray,
Stabs Ray?
Ray, not Eric.
And she puts
Ray.
the knife in Eric's hand, so it looks like Eric stabbed
Ooh,
Ray.
good call.
And while this
Good
is
move.
happening, so you see the girlfriend
Nicole, yeah.
Nicole, her real name's Lisa, I think. You see Nicole coming into the house, which is why she panics and like runs out. So she doesn't have time to put the potassium chloride into Eric.
Okay.
So
Right.
Eric is still alive. Ray dead and gone.
Yes,
He's-
Ray is dead. for
Goodbye.
sure.
Stabbed
he
as
was
hell.
he was stabbed. So
Yeah.
but she doesn't have time to kill Eric. So of course she's like pissed that she didn't get to kill
It's
the
like,
boyfriend.
damn, dude, damn.
Right. And the lady in the cabin is there, and she's there forever.
And it cuts to the lady.
I
Right,
wish they
it is-
keep cutting back.
Yeah.
And actually, she's just having a great time. She's freed herself, and she's just eating dog food.
Like, I love
'Cause
dog
she
food. now.
actually loves. That's why she buys so much of it.
So Eric's in the hospital, and the police are like, "Hey, we were wrong. We understand we were wrong, and we're sorry." And Eric's like, "Well, you're not necessarily wrong because I don't remember stabbing anyone." Like, and they're like, "Shut up, you dumb bitch! You had a concussion, probably."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, the guy is saying he doesn't remember. Look into it.
They're literally like, no, you have a concussion.
detective.
And it was like a high adrenaline system. You probably just don't remember. He's like, no, I really like. I was like, I know I got hit, but like, I really
have a
don't
knife.
think I
I don't-
stabbed
wait.
anyone.
That's not my knife,
Yeah.
dude.
So,
You stupid bitch! Shut up.
yeah, right? Whatever. I'm the police. Shut up, bitch.
I'm the police. You're a fucking idiot. I'm from Chicago.
So Nicole is like, things are not adding up, and she takes matters into her own hands. She goes to Ray's house, the house they're supposed to go to, and is sniffing around. She finds the hot red, the knockoff Big Red gum, and she's like, I knew it. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
She knew it was Haylie Duff.
Yeah, like they go through the little montage of like the little things of her like eating the gum, her being like my boyfriend, no, my husband. Like
it's like a little montage.
Just like
flashback.
just all the little things, her being like, when did you like all these things,
Love
and she's
it.
like,
love it.
Like
She's
finally everything clicks. Yeah.
So we're almost there. So Nicole brings Eric home, and she's like setting it up so Haylie Duff will like go in and try to kill him, and then she can stop her. Which is exactly what happens. Haylie Duff has the syringe, and she like has all the stuff in it. There's a question I have about that. But she walks in, and then Nicole's like, surprise, I have you on camera, and I have a gun, and you're not going to kill my boyfriend. And Haylie Duff injects herself with whatever it is.
Oh.
But she doesn't because she dumped it out.
Okay, so you see, so she's in there and they're like, we literally like have you on tape. Like we know it was you. And then the girl, like Nicole's like, was it worth it? She's like, you killed him for like no reason. You should have just given him money. And then she's like, you didn't know that he like tried to rape me. And she's like, you're lying. And she's like, no, he said all these things. And then she like goes through this thing and then she injects herself and does the most dramatic, worst like death drop where she's just like, like all like it just like does not a natural thing. And they're like, they call 911 and they're like, oh, this girl broke into her house and then she injected herself with something and like she's dead. And then she's like, nah, bitch. She's like, hops, because they do a flashback of her walking into the house, like taking, like I guess she suspects something, so she empties it before she walks in.
Makes no sense.
So she fake injects herself so she can surprise them, and like they fight.
Yes.
Okay.
Ultimately, for her to get shot.
Yeah.
And then
she's like crawling to the car. Like very dramatically, like, oh my God, I'm getting out of here. And she gets in the car and she suddenly sees her boyfriend and he gets in the car and then they drive away into the sunset.
Like they kiss and they're like, oh, I missed you, and like drive off.
Shut the fuck up.
Just kidding. She's really dead and her head's on the steering wheel and she's dead.
Yeah, but it was
so it's
like
a little like.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But they really felt the need to like do a little happy ending for them.
So they're together in heaven.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So then we get the happy family again. They're on the beach, and this time they really are a family because Eric and Nicole are getting married, and Abby is their daughter.
Great.
Aww.
And she like makes a point to being like, do you remember when we were here last year? Again, I can't do a Boston accent, so that's what I'm going with.
Yes.
And they're like,
you get in the fucking water now.
Look at me swimming in the water.
And they're like, of course. And then she's like, well, I'm not afraid anymore. I can swim.
I'm not fucking afraid anymore, Ma. Look at me. I'm fucking in the water swimming.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that is the movie. So
shut the fuck.
I know. It's so
Shut
crazy.
your fucking mouths up.
So on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. Haley, what are you going to do to this movie?
100% pour it up.
And why?
It's a wild ride from start to finish. It's over dramatic. The acting is subpar.
Whoa.
But I live and breathe for it. I was every moment I was enthralled.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Drew, what are you going to do?
Man. All right. I'm going to pour it up. But that stupid fucking ending thing with the it's like, then happened again.
Yeah.
I really, really hate that.
She gets
But
her happy ending.
I am still going to pour it up. Because she deserves some kind of happy thing, I guess. Maybe because she didn't kill anyone.
Right, technically, yeah.
Like, she
didn't.
technically, she didn't kill anybody.
Yeah. And Nicole
Well,
did.
oh no, I mean she killed Ray.
The lady in the cabin indirectly.
Yeah, she did kill Ray.
And she kind of indirectly killed the lady in the cabin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually,
The chef's dreams.
I think the lady, she did kill the
Gay chef's dreams.
Kill the gay chef.
That's what they really don't address.
Right. Where's his wrap up?
Where is that, dude? so was there an after credits?
There should have been.
And it cuts to the lady in the cabin, and she's just like, yeah. And it shows her story that she eats dog food.
Or
in
the
cabin.
chef becomes a dog food chef, and then it ties it all up nicely.
Boom.
Oh my god,
There
that
you
would
go.
be so good.
There you go. I am also pouring it up because Haylie Duff. Haylie Duff. We don't really talk about her on the podcast, but she is in like a ton of Lifetime movies.
Yeah.
She's in 27 of these
Oh, wow.
TV movies.
Yeah, she's in it, man. She's in
and
it to win
she's
it.
always pretty solid. Like whenever I watch a Haylie Duff one, I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be entertaining at
Oh,
least.
it was.
And the director
And I-
was really good. His name's Doug Campbell. He's also directed 27 TV movies.
Were they all Hillary Duffs?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just
I was like,
7.
that's
Yeah,
coincidental.
but
That's
he's
amazing.
just like knocking them out. So they
killing
understand
it.
the genre they're doing.
They get it.
Like when you get what you're doing at Lifetime, it's great.
Yeah.
When you think you're doing something more prestigious, it's not great.
It's
Yeah,
gonna-
they're doing
it's probably
an
gonna fall
over
down.
dramatized thriller, and that's exactly what it was, and I respect the hell
Well,
out of
and
it.
Yep, that's what I want.
When you get these, you can tell you can tell the director knows what they're doing because it's just like yeah. You get these points, and we have like an hour to film the entire movie.
Yes.
It's
Well,
like,
and
we have 1
pretty much
hour to
everything
film the whole
everything pays off. You know what I mean?
right? Like you
Like
didn't. There
every
wasn't-
little thing pays off. There's some loose ends, but not many.
but nothing notable.
Yeah, just the woman tied up in the cabin
Yes.
and the gay chef. Everything else
Yes.
is wrapped up.
But that's just stuff that
We really want to know.
We
about.
want to know.
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, so that wraps up our conversation about home invasion. But before we go, we have our favorite segment of this week and every week. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, the segment where we talk about Candace Cameron Bure's Instagram.
Instabray.
Insta Bure.
I really want that to be my ringtone.
Yeah.
If I had the sound on my phone.
Yeah,
I
mean,
know,
it's-
no one ever has their sound on.
can
It's
get-
aggressive.
You can get it on iTunes and
Yeah,
That's not
no.
anything.
So, yes.
It could be on Drag Race. That
Oh,
song.
totally.
Yeah, they could definitely strut
that
to
would be
that.
great.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that'd be
perfect for
fun.
that. If she's at it's a
she
Candace
would
Cameron
never be a
Bure
judge
themed.
on. She would never be a judge on
No,
Drag
not a
Race.
judge, but if that theme
Yeah, the
was,
theme
Oh,
was
you
her.
gotta-
Yeah,
the theme could
that'd be interesting.
Candace Cameron Bure.
I'm here for it.
At RuPaul.
Okay, at RuPaul, someone let her know. So my clip today is very short. I'll play the clip and we'll talk about it. Is this it?
You have Tinder on your iPad.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
I saw that little
Where
guy.
is it? Oh, here it is.
Watching the Aurora Tea Garden Marathon, you'll be happy to know we're doing 4 new ones right now.
That's it. So you might not understand because she had a face filter on and it sounded like a bunny. It had a
It's
bunny
like
face.
like a little pig filter or something because
Yeah.
that pointy ear.
I wonder if did she know that it was the voice of one of the voice changing ones?
Probably not.
Probably
not. She doesn't rewatch them. Basically, she's saying that she's filming 4 movies right now.
It's fucking insane.
For the Aurora Tea Garden movies on Hallmark. They're like the mystery ones that she does.
Ooh.
So she's filming 4
at the
movies.
same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
Oh wait, she said because earlier she was going for 4 weeks.
Exactly.
We now
know why.
absolutely understand that all of the movies that she's going to be in
It's 1 per week.
are filmed in 1 week. A whole film, filmed in 1 week. Each one of those.
She just takes a month out of her life and makes mad money.
Mad
Yeah,
money.
I don't know if you guys understand like how much would normally go into like filming a movie, let alone like editing and like preparing for that.
I know.
So
I definitely know.
Like I know you two know, but people listening, I'm like
It's a lot.
well, that just
work.
shows you how much like just recycling they do and how formulaic all of their movies are. That they can
it
have
has to be.
scripts, cast, like schedules, filming, sets, costumes, editing ready to go because they do the same thing every time.
What I'm impressed with is that girl learned all her lines.
I know.
For 4 movies.
That's great.
Well,
I could never
wait for it when
that.
she's on set, because then she'll be like, I'm learning my 9 pages for tomorrow, and I'm having a really hard time. You know?
Oh, they definitely cue card those.
You would have to.
You have
It's basically like filming Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but a movie.
But a movie.
A
Saturday
movie with-
Night Live, the movie.
that millions of people watch.
God. Wow, I'm impressed.
And to think that's her.
Good job.
Like, so she
That's
like.
her main source of income.
That's
Well,
it.
think about like all of the people from Full House. So like the adults already kind of had careers or like were comedians, like things like that. So that's different. I don't.
Sword.
I
don't-
No, you.
I'm gonna.
got your-
I was a small child, so I don't know
For Fuller
how,
House.
but I'm pretty sure Bob Saget was
Saget
a
had-
person
Oh,
before.
well, yeah. Bob
Dave
Saget had a thing.
Coulier was a comedian of sorts. John Stamos might have been the beginning.
I think he
of
was a
his
porn
career.
star before.
Just he was just there to be hot. But then all of the children, like the Olsen twins, became like their own
billionaires.
Yeah, like they have multiple fashion
Oh, yeah.
lines. They're just there to have an aesthetic. But like
they did it right.
none of the other like child actors really like one had a severe drug problem. Came out, but the rest of them like
but
they all
got
just
out of
kind
it.
of like
But,
yeah.
like, but so
But
what
none of them
happened?
had
a
like
good thing.
any like sufficient like adult acting career, and like
Oh,
the
yeah,
best
no.
you can do is like I'm like the most filmed Lifetime actress,
Yeah.
Well, Hallmark for Candace.
Yeah.
or yeah,
Yeah.
because then I'm like
No,
because there's
Candace
like
would never do Lifetime.
Not anymore. She used to.
Hallmark's
And
more
we're going to
wholesome.
cover them because I've found a few.
Oh, you
Ooh.
did. You naughty little.
Yeah.
You naughty
that's
little.
I feel
dude.
like it's the same with Lacey Chabert.
Yes.
She did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was in the Not
Party
Another
of Five.
Teen movie. She was in Mean Girls, and then is she exclusively Hallmark, or did she do Lifetime?
She exclusively Hallmark. She has not done a Lifetime.
They
movie.
really like to snatch them up. Like they're like this person like almost had
Well,
a career
Hallmark
and then kind of
probably-
went into like
Hallmark probably pays more.
I think so.
I guarantee you,
they
Hallmark
probably
pays more.
like-
They make more
with
money.
the amount of like viewings they get from my mom alone.
Right. I mean, if she's watching them 8 times.
Well, and
that's,
Hallmark
you know.
is a company that doesn't just do movies.
Yeah, they have their own, like,
do-
like,
there's- I mean, well,
like-
they obviously the cards. Right?
Yeah.
The term
That's-
Hallmark holiday.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
That's their thing.
It's true.
Lifetime just does Lifetime movies.
I know.
Yeah.
So
I
they're
know.
limited.
Well, and like R. Kelly documentaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true,
And
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You on Netflix. Now it's a big thing.
They had that movie about high school syphilis. So I
Okay,
mean,
there you go. There you
can't
go.
beat that.
Boom, boom.
So, Haley, where can we find you on social media? Or do you have anything you'd like to plug at the pluggy time?
Oh, so my Instagram handle is at Hayley Nebrig, HayleyNebrig. I have a Twitter account at I Hate People, IHAYTE people.
you snagged a good
If
one.
you see
Yeah.
my like name written on it, it is not my name. It is.
Do you have a person impersonating you?
No, I just don't have my name on it.
okay.
Right now, my name.
Well, now you do.
is,
Yeah.
Well, like I just
Yeah,
never
it's
really
fine.
cared.
Yeah, who
At one
cares? It's
point,
Twitter.
my
Twitter
Twitter
doesn't
name
matter.
was Wet Chicken Nugget. At one point, it was Baby Grinch. Right now, it is Human Pork Chop. So if you see the name Human Pork Chop on something, that is my Twitter
Okay.
account.
Okay, good to know.
That's
I
great.
don't really have anything to plug.
That's fine.
So
I mean,
I'll
you-
just
Social media is
I'll
is
just
enough.
plug those.
Yeah, you got
I have
those.
a pretty vibrant Twitter account.
Okay,
Great.
good.
Who cares about Twitter though?
We don't
Yeah.
do Twitter because we're
Twitter's-
25 and you're 23. So
Yeah.
totally
Well,
different.
I don't take enough pictures to really.
To
I've
Instagram.
Instagrammed once since August.
Oh yeah. No.
So
You can find me at Drew, but with pants on Instagram. I don't use Twitter. Twitter's stupid. No one use Twitter anymore. It's a stupid, scary place.
Okay, all
I
right,
feel
okay.
attacked.
And my band, the Limbos, check us out on Spotify and all the places that you listen to music.
Wonderful. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime Uncorked. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can call us at 872-267-4117. Follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime Uncorked. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. 5-star emojis, please. Okay, bye.
Bye.